Um, Hello, my friends. Let's see if I can. Oh boy, oh boy. Try to talk about trying to chew gum and rub your head at the same time. I was trying to spell Christie's name correctly while I was talking, and I failed on both counts. Anyhow, I got your name spelled correctly, but I had to shut up to do it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Lunch with Len. It's Tuesday, July 19th, and really glad to have you here today. Welcome, welcome, Christy. Welcome, Carol, and Bill, and Chris. Good to see you. Probably have a couple more stragglers straggling on in here over the next minute or two. Last week we played with the Facebook retargeting pixel. And by the way, before I go into that, for those of you who may not have seen the notes that I put in the chat, two things that I want you to know. I've canceled Thursday's Lunch with Len, and I just sent a notice out to everyone who's getting email notices that Thursday's is canceled. I've got to go to San Diego on Wednesday, and I have an appointment Thursday morning, and I don't know if I'm going to be any place where I can get to a good enough internet access to do a webinar. So I'm just going to cancel Thursday. Next Tuesday is going to be a really special day. I've been trying for several months to get Linda Bomba, so-called Bombinator, to come on to Lunch with Len, and her schedule hasn't permitted that to happen. We finally got an opening on her schedule where she can be here. She's going to be here on Tuesday. And so that should be a really, really awesome, powerful webinar. And as you know, hello, Rick, welcome aboard. And as you know, Linda's in the same MLM we're all in, and she's known as the Bombinator, and for good reason. She's really doing well. So we're going to hear from Linda on Lunch with Len next Tuesday. So mark your calendar. That's going to be a really special day for us. Okay, picking up where I left off a minute ago. Last week on Thursday, we looked at the Facebook retargeting pixel, and we did a little training on how to get that pixel installed in all of the MLSP stuff, in the campaigns, in your website on MLSP, and as well as in Funnelizer. And if anybody has any questions about any of that, go ahead and shoot them out right now. In our blogging group, we have a lady who's got a website that is not on MLSP sites, and she's got a WordPress site, and she could not figure out how to get the pixel installed, how to put in the plugin, pixel, whatever it's called, Pixel My Plugin, whatever it is. She couldn't figure out how to do it, so I did a training video for her yesterday and sent it to her. If anybody else needs that or has any questions about how to install the Facebook retargeting pixel on a non-MLSP website, you can ask me for that video. So what I want to do today is just take a few minutes and pick up where I left off on Thursday and just go to audiences and show you how to use the pixel. Once it's installed and you're building audiences, what can you do with it? Why do you care? How do you use it? So let me go to screen share, and got it, Carol. Let me go to screen share. Share. Unless anybody else has any other questions they'd like to ask, and as you know, in a few seconds here, I'm not going to be able to see the chat. So, is there anything else going on? Any questions about what we did last week? Let me just sort of hold here for a minute before I hit the present to everyone and block the chat out for a few minutes. This will only take a few minutes. It won't take very long. So, okay, I don't see anything going on in the chat. So, okay, Carol, got it. I'm going to go present to everyone. And I'm going to take you right on out to Facebook. I'm going to assume that you can all see my screen. Here I am at the little pull down arrow here. I'm just going to simply go to ads. And it doesn't matter if I create an ad or manage an ad. It really doesn't matter which one I click on. We're going to go to the ads, Facebook Ads Manager in the upper left corner and click on it. And we're going to go to audiences. And that's all we got to do. Now, I've got some old audiences that have been built up over a period of time. I've got a couple of things going on out here, but you can sort of ignore all this for just a moment. What we want to do is create an audience. And we have choices when it says create audience here. We can create a custom audience, a lookalike audience, or a saved audience. We're going to create a custom audience. And when we create a custom audience, we have options. One is customer file. That is where you can input. For example, you can input a file from your Aweber or your autoresponder and create a Facebook audience out of it. And what will happen there is, for example, if you input an audience or a list, a customer list from, say, Aweber, Facebook will match up the email addresses, and anyone who has used the same email address in Facebook and in your Aweber list, Facebook will identify them and put them into a file so that you can have a file that you can target advertising to in Facebook that is the same as your Aweber list, minus the people who didn't use the same email address. Most of us aren't interested in app activity. Engagement on Facebook, quite honestly, says it's new. I've never heard of it before, don't know what it is, so we're going to ignore that today. We're going to go to website traffic. That's what we're really interested in, website traffic. And now it's really quite simple. We have our pixel here, and we can select, for example, anyone who visited our website. So anyone who has actually visited our website in the last 60, 70, 90, 120, 180 days, whatever number we've put in down here, we can target in an ad. Or we can begin to get more selective. So we can target anyone who has visited specific web pages. So for those of you who are in MLSP, for example, you can target anyone who has visited a particular system campaign. So let's say that you ran an ad for the you have an ad on your website for one of the MLSP system campaigns, and I have on my MLSP site, I have several of them. We can just pick the URL for the system campaign, enter it in here, and then we can put an ad up on Facebook targeting anyone who has visited that URL. Now, I'm going to assume that that explanation makes sense without me actually opening up LSP and pulling up one of the campaigns and demoing it. I'm just going to assume that everyone knows how to do that. But we have more options. We can have a URL equal or a URL contains. So for example, if we have a URL that contains a keyword, like maybe if you go back last year, I had this thing that I called the university course, or I had the thing that I called my vision workshop. So, and right now I have my social media giveaway, or I have lunch with Len. I can target anyone who has ever clicked on the URL that says lunch with Len and enter that as a keyword and create an audience so that I can put an ad in front of those people. Now, we also can get pretty sophisticated, people that have visited a specific web page but not others. So for example, if you have in the MLSP system campaigns, you have an opt-in page but not a sales page. So people that have visited an opt-in page but didn't visit the sales page. That way you can target people that actually looked at the offer but didn't do anything with it. So you can get very, very sophisticated in the targeting. Now, for most of us aren't going to get that sophisticated, not at this level, because by the time you get to a level where you're going to be targeting people that have gone to a specific page but not another, you probably have to have a pretty gosh darn awful big list to be getting to that level of sophistication. But I do have a couple of different websites, so I don't have to target people who visit any website of mine. I can just target people that have visited specific websites or specific web pages. So, for example, I have my MLSP site, but I also have Len Mooney International. I have another new site that I just put up that none of you have seen because it hasn't gone live yet, but it's Len's Healthy Living. And so I can target people that have visited specific sites. And once I've done that, then I just give the audience a name and save it and create an audience. So let's go back now. Let's just go back to Facebook. And so what can I do with it? Even something as simple. Let me go. Let's go to the Len's Healthy Living fan page. Even something as simple as boosting an ad. Let's just pick my Coffee with Len video from today. Let's just say for a moment that I want to boost that post. Let Facebook think about this for a moment. And normally when we boost a post, we'll boost it to people that like our page or people who like our page and their friends. But what if I just want to boost it to a specific audience segment? So people I choose through targeting, and one of the choices I have here is to select any of the individual audiences that I've defined. So I can, if I defined an audience like we just talked about, I can simply go down here and select that audience. So for example, I can just put an ad up or boost this ad to people that have visited my website rather than people that have liked my fan page. Because there may be a lot of people that have visited the website that haven't come back and liked my fan page. So maybe I'm going to go try to target those people and get them to come like the page. So in any ad that I run, be it as simple as boosting a post, I can select any of those audiences that I define. So I'm going to stop the share and come on back. We seem to have picked up a couple more people. Hello, Craig. Welcome aboard. Okay. Anyhow, that is what you do with that retargeting pixel. And so once you've built up an audience, then you can put ads in front of those audiences and you can get pretty sophisticated in the selection of the segments. Now, as I said, for the most part, most of us don't have, at least at this point, a big enough list. I mean, I've got about 1,300 people on my list right now. That's a pretty small list in order to try to get to that level of sophistication where you're trying to find people that have gone to one web page but not another. Because if I run an email to my list and try to get them to go somewhere, I'm damn lucky I get 30 or 40 of them to open it, let alone 1,000 or 2,000 to open it. So I think probably realistically you have to have a list of 10,000 people or more before you get into the really sophisticated targeting. But that's all. I thought we'd just go over that today real quick. Switch computers. I'm back. Hello, Carol. Welcome back. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about today? Anything hot at anybody's mind? If not, that's really all I have today. I'm gonna, as I said, I'm gonna repeat myself here. I canceled Lunch with Len on Thursday because I can't promise that I'm going to be anywhere near a high-speed internet connection. And next Tuesday we have Linda Bomba, the Bombinator, and so that hopefully that ought to be a lot of fun. And we're really going to spend. I mean, quite honestly, we're going to focus in next Tuesday on Lunch with Len. With Linda, we're going to focus in on Asante and how she's building her business and any tips and tricks. Well, we're going to learn a little bit about Linda too. We're going to meet Linda and just get to know her. But we're going to focus in a little bit and see what she's doing to build her business. Okay. That's it. That's all I have today. Now, let me remind you that we have Digging for Gold at 5 o'clock today. That's 5 o'clock my time. I don't know what time it is your time, 5 o'clock my time. This will be our third session of Digging for Gold. People that have been coming to Digging for Gold. Hello, hey Chris, you're there. Come on over. You done eating your tacos? Get out of here. I want to talk to you. But don't come out if you don't want to. I don't care. I mean, I do care. But you don't have to. But I've just clicked you over. Has anybody else been on Digging for Gold? Rick, you've been there, haven't you? Bill, were you there last week? I don't remember. And anybody else who wants to come on and talk? Yes, it will, Carol. Well, Digging for Gold, yes, it will be done after an hour, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock my time. So 8 to 9 your time. Anybody else? No. Okay. Chris, you were there, right?
Right. I was where?
Huh?
I was where?
Digging for Gold last week.
Yes.
Okay. So honestly, I mean, if you're not getting value, be honest, because I'd like to know that. I don't want to waste my time if people aren't getting value. What do you think?
I'm getting value out of it. You know, things that I may have learned before but forgotten.
Okay.
And some new things that you're shedding light on. So yeah, I'm getting value out of it.
Cool. Okay. Now, I know Laura, I wish Laura was here. I know Laura wrote this morning, or she did a video this morning that she said that she's been able to take some of the things I was teaching and she's gotten several new leads. Have you tried any of the stuff? Have you gotten any leads?
No, I haven't tried anything.
Chris! Okay, you're forgiven. I love you anyhow. Okay, but the point is, folks, what we're teaching, and this is a roll up your sleeves, go to work workshop. This is not PowerPoint presentations. This is go to work. And what we're doing is we're doing all of the strategies. We're going through all of them back and forth, all of the strategies for finding people to talk to on Facebook. Now I've got the videos for Asante. And I'm going to talk openly about Asante. I hope nobody minds. I think everybody on here is in Asante anyhow, but it doesn't matter. If you're not in Asante, if you're in some other MLM, just substitute your MLM name for Asante. I've got the videos out now to about, I'm arguably about 20 people. I've got several people who have responded back. I mean, I've got that level of conversation going. It's taken a couple weeks to get it going, and we're doing it every week. And we're finding people to talk to. And one of the things that I'm going to do tonight, first thing when we start at 5 o'clock, I'm going to go back through about I don't know how many. It depends on how long it takes. But we're going to go back through several of the conversations. I'm going to show you how I started the conversation, how I transitioned it to would you like to see the video, how I transitioned it to can we jump on the phone and have a quick call. I've had a couple phone conversations, and etc. So. And then we're going to go just keep reviewing the techniques. And as the weeks go by and we get more people with the organization, we'll just keep building and building on it. So that's what it's all about. It's really all about prospecting and finding people to talk to and not using paid advertising, just how to dig into Facebook, roll up your sleeves and find people. So you got to trust Chris. She says it's good.
I don't lie.
And of course you don't. Of course you don't. I know that. So that's it. That's all I got for you today. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about today? We'll open up the lines or bring anybody over that wants to come over. And if not, we'll call it a day. And you having tacos there, Chris?
Yeah, I am. But could I make a thing about something that happened on Practice Gratitude this morning?
Yeah. Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing.
Oh, okay. Good things are good.
It was really great that Rebecca asked if you could see her aura, which is the energy around your body, because I could see it. And I've been trying to teach people how to do it. I just thought that was really great because just as she was going to say that, I could see it. It was really strange.
Really?
Well, it wasn't strange, but it was wonderful.
So are you going to teach us how to do it?
I've told you before. You look at the best thing to look at is a tree, and then let your eyes go out of focus a little bit, even if you have to squint a little bit, and you'll see the energy coming off the leaves or coming up. I have a big pine tree across the street that I stand out there and stare at just to practice. Because eventually I'd like to be able to see it just by looking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But a big tree is your easiest to practice with. And you just let your eye go out of focus just a little bit, even if you have to squint just a little bit, and you will see the energy around the tree. I swear to you.
Okay. All
So
right.
practice that and let me know.
Okay. Now I know that if I defocus my eyes, I will see the lines around. Yes, she is, Christy. I know if I defocus my eyes, that I will see the lines around you will blur. But is that really your aura, or is it my vision blurring?
No, it's the energy coming off the person.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I'm not. See, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not 100% convinced, but that's okay. Just because I'm not 100% convinced doesn't make it right or wrong. It just means that I'm struggling with the concept.
Well, you know we're all pure energy. It's got to go out somewhere. I'm reading a fascinating book called I think it was the Celestine Project.
Celestine, the Celestine Prophecy.
Mm.
I've heard of the book. I've heard it's really good.
Bert and Jess sent it home with me,
Okay.
so I'm reading it. It is excellent.
Really? Okay. Okay. Speaking of books, I just ordered Richard Branson's book today. He's got a couple books out. Jelena Ostrovska wrote a review of one of the Richard Branson books, The Virgin Way, or, I'm not sure. He's got a couple, but I just went ahead and ordered it. It sounds like a fascinating book. And by the way, for those of you, I'm going to make the assumption that everybody knows that Doug Fireball has the Millionaire Roadshow every morning, starting at 9 and change, 9:06 or something.
Like that.
He's been going through Richard Branson's 12 points for success, and I jumped on the show today, and I'm gonna admit in public that I've never jumped on the Doug Fireball show before, the radio show.
I have.
I'm always on his 8 o'clock call, but I've only been on the radio show one time last year. I jumped on this morning, and I got to tell you, it was absolutely worth the time. It was really astounding, and and the replays are there, so you can go back and listen. But he's going, like I said, the last today, and then continuing tomorrow. He's doing Richard Branson stuff. Yeah, the show today was really good, Christy. I really recommend going back and listening to the replay. And so all you got to do is type in the Millionaire Roadshow and you'll find it. And you can go to the live replay, or you can go to any specific date, get the replays. If you can't find it, ask me. I'll help you find it. Really well done.
I just finished reading Brendan Burchard's new one, The Life's Golden Ticket.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Excellent. It's all done in it's completely different than anything he's ever written before. It's fictional, but right on point.
Did you now I know we all read okay, come on, I'm pulling blank. What's the name? Because we even had a
The Motivational Manifesto.
Motivational Manifesto. We had that's still one of the most phenomenal books that I've ever read. How would you compare?
Oh, it's completely different.
Okay.
Completely different.
Okay. Cool. But worthwhile?
Yes.
All right. Well, listen, I've got, like I said, I just ordered Richard Branson's book today. I just ordered it about an hour ago, so it's going to take me a little while to read it, and then I'll do a report on it. But
well,
he's
Brett had that $7 thing. I don't know if he's still got it out going or not. Plus,
What?
he added. You remember the classes that he had with the manifesto?
Yes.
He added more classes to it.
Okay.
I think to go along. I haven't looked at it, but I think it's to go along with Life's Golden Ticket.
So Carol's got a. Listen, we got 5 minutes. If anybody who has to go ahead. Hi, Annabelle. Welcome aboard. I'm glad to see you could make it today. Really glad to see you.
That's awesome, Carol.
Yeah, I'm gonna click Carol over. Come on over here, Carol. Talk to us a little bit. Anybody else? Anybody who's got to leave, go ahead and leave. But I'm fascinated, so I'm just gonna keep this going for a few minutes and see if I can get Carol out here. And I don't know. Who knows? It's still. We can talk about this. And let's see if she's coming. I don't know. She's disappeared off the dashboard, so that means she's out in cyberspace somewhere. Nope, she bounced back in again. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means she can come over or she can't.
You can put the link in the chat box.
Well, yes, I will do that. Let me try to click her over the right way. And maybe she doesn't want to come over. I don't know. She might be. Webinar, yeah, it certainly is. Okay. Anyway, look, Carol, if you want to come over, if you're willing and want to come over, just for a couple of minutes, because we're going to wrap this up. Just click on the link that I just put in the chat box right there, and then it'll bring you straight in, and that's pretty awesome. You know, it's an interesting thing you talk. There's Carol. Hello, Carol. Now did you come in on the link I put in the chat box? Carol, how did you get here? Carol.
That'll be awful if she can't speak now.
Carol, can you hear me? We see you. I think we hear you.
Here, I'll mute myself and see if that makes any difference.
Carol, can you hear me? Sound is choppy. Well, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, yours is a little choppy, but I think I can make it out. What's up?
Well, you're talking about ours. I mean, we're sort of off topic from Lunch with Len, but hey, it's a fun topic. So, Laura, so Carol, you tell us that yours is so strong that you upset electronics.
Oh yeah, which is probably why my laptop is kind of haywire and sound off. But yeah, I have big issues with electronics going crazy on me.
You know, that's an interesting point because I've known for a long time I cannot run a PC using the touchpad. If I try to use the touchpad, the whole thing goes berserk. I have to have an external mouse. I have to. So is that the same thing? Is that my energy radiating out and screw up the PC? Oops. Bye, Carol. We lost Carol. We're having so much fun today. Okay. Hi, Carol. Bye, Carol.
Darn it, I wanted to hear what she had to say about ours.
Well, yeah, too bad. Me too, yeah, with the mouse, yeah. Well, yeah, it's much easier. It's much easier, Christy. I agree. But that's not the primary driving force for me. The primary driving force is that I've never had a PC that I could use the touchpad on that it would work consistently well for me. There's always been electrostatic I've assumed it was electrostatic interference. YouTube, Bill? Interesting. Well, I don't know where Carol went. I guess that's the end of ours for today, at least the end of Carol's aura. What happens? Things just bounce around, Christy. They just bounce around. It's hard for me to get the mouse to go where I want it to go to. And you know, it's just now newer computers are better. The one I have right now in front of me is actually a little bit more stable than older computers, and I think they've done a better job of doing maybe some electrostatic shielding to get rid of interference. But still, it just doesn't work right. Mouse goes where it wants to go to instead of where I'm trying to tell it to go to. I think we lost Carol. Hey, so it's top of the hour. This is an interesting topic. Maybe maybe we ought to have I don't know if it's a lunch with Len or if it's just a separate session where we all get together and talk about auras. I don't know. That would be fun.
It could be part of lunch with Len.
We could do lunch with Len. Okay. Carol's back.
We could actually ask Roseanne. She knows a lot about auras, or Terry.
Really? Okay.
They know a lot about auras.
Well, you know what? I'm all for that. If that's something people would like to do, I'd love to do that. We could set up. Now, like I said, Tuesday we've got Linda Bomba, so you know that time is protected. But after that, we could set up a special lunch with Len and talk about energy fields and auras and things like that. That would be fun.
It would.
Okay. Hey, we got 2 people that want to do it. It's a done deal. I'll make it happen. And I will definitely invite, you can, I can't hear you now, Carol. We could hear you when you were over here. You want to come back again?
Can you hear me now? Carol, we decided we're going to have an aura show in about, not this Thursday, but the following Thursday, probably.
Yeah, maybe the Tuesday after that. Let me try once more to bring you over, Carol, and then we're just going to call it a day. And I'm not quite sure if Carol's on her way over or not. So, I don't know. Okay. Anyhow, I think that's pretty much it for today, folks. Do join me on Digging for Gold. If you're trying to build a team, if you're building a team, if you have people coming in on your team, if you have people that want to know how to prospect on Facebook, this is for them. And I'm not selling anything. We're just trying to help people get over this. Oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to find people. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how. We're just trying to help them get over that. And I'm really good at helping people get over that because I was really scared of all this stuff myself. I went through all of those anxieties that people have. And I made a decision, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. And if you have an Asante question, type it in, Carol. I will be perfectly honest with you that Tony Robbins was one of the people that helped me. Tony Robbins had this philosophy that the way to help people is to learn how to find the thing that they're struggling with, learn how to do it better than anybody else knows how to do it, and then teach it to them.
You need to find somebody with a Netflix so you can see his movie. It's excellent.
Yeah. So I decided that I was just going to get really good at this stuff, and that's it. And so I'm not going to tell you that I'm really good at it, but I'm going to tell you that I'm making a lot of progress. I'll let you decide if I'm really good at it or not. Do I see your question? Have you heard anything about our URL fix? No, I have not. I've not. Yeah, I see it. No feedback yet, Carol. Believe me, you'll be the second person to know when I get feedback. I'll be the first. I'm on it. I'm waiting for the question that Carol's raising is on your Asante website. There's an opt-in form at the bottom of the front page that says put your name and email in and you're going to get a free toxicity report. And your name and email goes in and then it goes somewhere that we don't have any idea where. And the toxicity report never comes. So the form is simply not working. It's just not working.
Toxic 10.
Well, the toxic 10 is a different thing. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's a different thing. I don't know what, if you were to get a toxicity report, I don't know what it is you would get because we've never gotten one because we can't get it because it's not working. So that's what she's talking about. Yeah, okay. On the front of the website, at the bottom of the page, there's a contact me button, and it says you're going to get a free toxicity report if you fill it out. It doesn't work. Larry, it doesn't work. It's supposed to be. It just doesn't work. All right. Carol keeps saying no. But since Carol can't get over here and can't talk.
Well, that means she wasn't signed in, because that's what I asked.
Okay. You know what? I don't want to drag this out. It's already 6 after 12. So.
Bye.
Okay, the contact me button. But it's the same thing, Carol. I think. Look, you know what? I'll get together with you. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what it is that you're trying to say. I'll get together with you. But the important thing is it's not working, whatever it is. And we've sent a report into JJ Levine. He has forwarded to the IT department. We're waiting for a response back. Okay.
All right.
So let's call it a wrap. And I'm gonna hit stop broadcast unless anybody else has anything else.
If anybody wants the toxic 10, I'll throw it in Lunch with Len.
Well, it's not the films, it's not the videos.
This isn't a video. This is a PDF.
Oh, okay.
Is that where you want me to put it? Is it in Lunch with Len?
Sure, go ahead. Absolutely. No, I understand, Carol. I understand. You put in, the customer puts his name and address in, and you're supposed to get the information. The customer is also supposed to get this toxicity report. It ain't happening. So we understand. I understand. Okay. I think I understand. All right. Thank you, Christy. Love you, Christy. And let's go ahead and call it a Lunch with Len, and we will talk again soon. Hey, Bill, I need to chat with you. So I'm gonna hit you up on Facebook right now, right away, if you have a couple minutes. Yeah. Okay.